Okay, we've got a lot to talk about with Islam for conflict and suffering because it's important for us to understand some key Muslim ideas about the purpose of life, about justice, peace, and reconciliation. So, Muslim attitudes to war and peace are influenced by their beliefs about purpose, life, and justice. For Muslims, that purpose is to obey Allah, and within the etymology, the roots of the word Islam, that therefore means to once submit to the will of Allah, do everything that He wants, but also to be peaceful, because Islam is also etymologically linked to the word salam, salam alaikum, peace be with you. This is a key idea. So throughout life, Muslims are often conscious of Allah and they're aware of the intentions to live within taqwa, to understand, so to gain a connection with God and awareness of God. And also, Muslims believe that life is a test, that on the Day of Judgment there's going to be some sort of judgment on them, or some Muslims believe this. And as a result, this is an important thing to think about in regards to their own actions. Now, in relationship to justice, Muslim ideas about justice is the idea that, bring about what's right and fair according to the law. It also means making up for wrong what's been committed. So if something bad's happened, then some justice needs to happen. In Islam, justice is extremely important because where there's justice, there's peace and harmony between people. We create a mizan, a sense of balance between our societies. And so there's a responsibility that Muslims will feel to keep to those principles in guiding a sense of justice in the world. And rulers need to act justly and treat people fairly, especially those who are weak and vulnerable. So Allah is just, and Muslims are expected to act justly, just like Allah. So it says within the Hadith, quote from the Prophet Muhammad, "I've forbidden injustice for myself, and also forbidden it for you. So avoid being unjust to one another. Be fair to one another." It's a good one, actually. I didn't have that on our acronyms. This is a good one. "I have forbidden injustice for myself, and also forbidden it for you. So avoid being unjust to one another." You could just remember that key part. Avoid being unjust to one another. If society is to be fair and just, therefore, every individual has to contribute to Sharia law, keep certain codes of behaviour, and also accept certain punishments for committing crimes and such things as this. And the idea is that justice will be ultimately achieved for everyone. Now, in relationship to justice, we also need, the whole goal of this justice is creating this fair society and therefore a peaceful society. So, as stated, one of the words for Islam is peace, and peace can be defined as the absence of conflict and violence between individuals and countries. So in Islam, the meaning of peace goes actually beyond this. It's a sense of creating no oppression, no corruption, no injustice. Peace is this brilliant state of harmony which enables all people to have an opportunity to achieve happiness and contentment. So no violence, but also a sense of true peace between different people. So peace also means that if I'm at peace with myself, if I say assalamu alaikum and you say wa alaikum salam, we are giving the sense that I want you to be happy and thank you. Yes, I want you to be happy too. I'm wishing peace for you and you can wish peace for me. And we will hopefully build our peace to grow as individuals as we grow within our lifestyle. And that's peace. Next subheading, reconciliation. So reconciliation, this is such a beautiful quote. About to come across it in a sec. Okay, so reconciliation is the idea of ending conflict between two sides and having overcome those differences. That idea that, forgiveness, hugging each other, going, look, hey, don't worry about it, it's fine. You've had an argument, you come back, you give the person a hug, you forgive each other, and you understand that you're going to move on from that. And human nature, we're always going to have our disagreements, but ultimately it's important for us to forgive. I love this. This is a hadith from the Prophet Muhammad. So it's saying, "O son of Adam, so long as you call upon me and ask of me, I shall forgive you for what you have done." That's a quote from the Prophet Muhammad, but in relationship to Allah. O son of Adam, which means O human being. Every human being is seen to be a son of Adam. So long as you call upon me and ask of me, I shall forgive you for what you have done. So, very, very beautiful quote. And in the early years, the Prophet Muhammad actually himself, in that kind of idea, signed a treaty with various tribes, and he was a real negotiator, a real peacemaker. He did fight wars at points, but ultimately he was all about peace, because that was the key kind of goal. He was fighting wars for justice, but ultimately with the goal of creating reconciliation. And the quote that really backs this idea up is from the Hadith, which states, "Hate your enemy mildly. One day he may become your friend." So, you might not like someone right now, but ultimately our goal is to create a society which is peaceful so our enemies can actually become our friends. And that's a key idea.